In a quiet little town in Belgium, the epic battle for honor and glory is about to unfold. Zemst is once again the heart of Europe's biggest curling league. With 29 teams from 8 mighty nations, the competition is heating up on the coldest surface known to man. The stage is set for a historical new chapter. Watch the epic unfolding of the new season. Will the reigning champion dominate the series? Or will N19 rise up and revive old glory? Are the Tigers the dangerous outsiders? Or could it be the desperate housekeepers? We welcome hard sweeping power from the east, dazzling charm from the north, strategic battle plans from the south, and nerves of steel from the west. We're going to see devastating duck duels and rock-solid wisdom from Stone Good. We may not have Canada's heroic Homan, Matt's badass Stars and Stripes, or a Swedish Viking princess like Anna. But our league forges its own legends. Meet the magician, Peekaboo Caro, the little general, Gatling Gun Tom, the GOAT, Mustache Man, and don't forget the Walter. We'll express our uncensored opinion, celebrate only the very best of shots, and seduce you with our sweet voices. Because that is what we do. We simply love curling, and we are devoted to bring this exciting, roaring game out into the world.
What a play!
Good evening, curling fans. Welcome into the spring season of 2024-25 of the Belgian Curling League.
That's the spring round, not the spring season.
Spring round, okay.
That's the first hashtag John's wrong of this part of the season. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
It's 2025, John, just in case you get...
I said that. I actually said that.
That's true.
So hashtag Pim's wrong, too. trying to guilt shame me into making me think I was wrong. Yeah. I was not. But we're excited to bring you. We've bring you this league, this round. We've expanded. Well, not we, but the league has expanded. We now have 32 teams from 8 different countries representing across 4 different divisions. We've actually kind of changed things up a little bit. Now last season we had 2 C divisions. Now we have 2 B divisions. So we have an A, 2 Bs, and a C. So the only way to get promoted up to that A division is to win your section, win your group. Yeah. So it's gotten tougher.
Yeah, it's massive, basically. If we never had so many teams, and we always mention it like in the start of each round, this is record-breaking. It feels like we cannot top it, and even 6 months later, we have to announce new teams, new countries, new leagues. At some point, this thing is going to explode. The building cannot contain this amount of players and teams for... Yeah,
we're gonna have to like build another venue or something. But we've swapped in. We brought in Romania is back, but Morocco is out of the league this season, this round, whatever we want to call it. All 3 of those are technically correct. Yep. But we've got a team from Spain joining us, Harakata. They're going to be playing tonight, not on the broadcast, but they're going to be on the A sheet. So we'll keep an eye on them. We'll be bringing you their score and seeing how they do against Wipe My Ass. But tonight, we've got a big League B match. 2 strong teams. I think are going to have a challenge for that.
Definitely.
Challenge for their group. But
a lot has changed.
A lot has changed. Yeah.
A lot of countries doubled down, basically. England doubled down. The Netherlands doubled down. Romania doubled down. Maybe we should have a peek at what's happening in the different leagues, starting at the very bottom, the cellar, where the new teams joined League C.
The cellar sounds so negative. Maybe call it the ground floor.
The ground
if you will.
floor.
This is where you enter every building. The ground
level,
floor,
the reception, the lobby.
The lobby, if you will.
Yeah. In the lobby, the waiting room, we have a couple of new teams, and I think the Steen Snoopers, it says a Belgian flag, but that's a Dutch team. I think that's the new Dutch team, by the way. So that's
Steen Snoopers. Yep, not related to Steen Good.
No,
but they are from the Netherlands. Yep,
already offended the whole country there by putting the Belgian flag in there.
He did it. Hashtag Pim's wrong. Any graphic mistakes, that's all on him. So
Definitely.
Just so you know. But you can see we have Stain Snoopers, Harakata, Rouen. That's another new French team coming in out from the northwest of France, I believe. We have Wipe My Ass, Team Gillard, or I don't know if you pronounce it Gillard, because they're English, but it's a French-sounding name.
Yeah.
We'll get that when we get them for the first time on screen. We'll get them. We'll learn that pronunciation by next time. We've got our junior national team, the Belgian Cubs, and then a couple of the newer entries from last round. They stuck around. Team 2800, or as we like to call them, Makela, which is the postcode. 2800 is the postcode for Makela, and then College Boys. So all of these new faces, these entry teams ready to be moved up and fight for that top and pick their way up. So
and for us, it's new names and new teams to get acquainted with. It's hard to estimate like how good are the Stain Snoopers, how good is Harikada, Rouen. They're kind of like a blank spot in our predictions, estimations, but could be interesting to see how they will perform.
I noticed Harikata, they've got sponsors on their team jackets, so maybe they're going to be, that always usually indicates a sign of a team that's been around for a while, so maybe they know what they're doing. We'll find out, you know?
Could be the new Glasgow Rangers, kind of trying to challenge Team Vreken at some point.
Love to see that. So let's move up to the B Division Group 2, League B Group 2. So here we have one of the relegation teams from A last season, Jeck. They're in action tonight. They're going to be playing against the Arctic Foxes. You see the Arctic Foxes down there at the bottom, but they were one of the teams that got promoted from C to B last season. Beglading, Sweep Child of Mine, all these teams getting promoted. So then we have Detroit Napoca. And most of you guys, if you paid attention last season, would know them as Peliclan, but they have since changed their team name. And I definitely want to know about that because Detroit, for me, is a city in the Midwest in the United States. So how that relates to Romania remains to be seen. Then we have an interesting duo here of the Red Lions and Luxembourg. Two Luxembourg clubs going up against each other in the same group. I wonder if Dirk did that on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dirk had to kind of tailor in all of the scheduling, and maybe they travel together, and therefore they're in the same weekends and have to play in the same groups. But for some reason, those two teams always manage to dodge each other, either by being in B or C or A and B or whatever on different groups. But this is going to be the first time where we have two men's Luxembourgian teams kind of competing in the Belgian league. Could be interesting here. And the Detroit Romanian team, hard to distinguish the Romanian flag from the Belgian. It's because of a little bit of saturation issues on the Romanian flag. And then the Arctic Foxes, they were fifth in League C, but they still promoted. Normally only the top four would promote, but because of all of the extra teams, a fifth team from both C groups got promoted anyway. So they had let's say, quote-unquote, the wild card, and they entered the B anyway. Congratulations to the Foxes, and now they have like their first opportunity to prove that was not a lucky mistake or a lucky chance. But it's going to be a tough game. They are playing against against Jeck. Relegating from the A, so that's like a former C against a former A meeting each other halfway here in the B.
Yep. And Cologne had a little bit of a tough end to the round last in the fall. An injury or an illness, I believe, caused them to miss 2 games or forfeit 2 matches. So they kind of sealed their fate in there. But they played every match strong. So I'm expecting them to stay near the top of this group, if not get promoted. And then you also have Den Schropkes. They're always they've been a strong team since they've shown up here in the Belgian league. So I think you see those two teams at the top are going to be the ones that everybody else is chasing. That's like my prediction for this group.
I think that's a fair prediction. Like Jeck, Den Schropkes favorites. Detroit potentially dark horse because they won their C group last season, and they have still that kind of growing margin to grow in the league, so they could be pretty good. And I also have high hopes for the team Luxembourg because they also brought in new players, and they are a former League A team, so they should be able to manage to get in that top half, maybe, who knows, close to those promotion spots here. Although promotion spots, it's singular, it's one promotion spot, so 8 teams for one prize. That's going to be a big competition. And same is the case, of course, for the other group, Group B, League B, Group 1, where we can see Team Rees. Team Rees, the most unfortunate relegation in the history of Belgian curling. 6 points. It came down to LSD. Before they started their final game, they were virtually saved. The other team, the Desperate Housekeepers, they had an LSD that was slightly worse, but they played all of their games. So they had only one mission: make sure they have a decent LSD, and half decent was good enough. But unfortunately, they missed a little bit of accuracy, and that's kind of sealed the fate there. Going back to B, I've never seen a team with 3 wins and 4 losses relegated to the B. That's the first in the history of Belgian curling.
But that just goes to show how tight things were in that A division. But I am reminded of the fact that the Hele Vrouwen missed promotion from C to B by 4 millimeters.
Oh, yeah.
On the LSD. So that was another one. But I think this one was, they had it in their hands. All they had to do was get it in the house on all 4 of their LSDs, and they were safe. And, well, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. And Desperate Housekeepers were saved from being relegated.
Yeah, speaking of Gelefran, they were also 5th in their C group, but managed to get the promotion. So the bit of misfortune they had last season was made up with a little bit of fortune the last round. And now, before we hop into the game, because the game already started, League A, 2 matches already played yesterday. Tigers lost against Steengoed, and then the Housekeepers won against N19. So Housekeepers are leading the league because of the better LSD, and N19 Campina is sitting bottom together with the Takeout Tigers. It's going to be interesting to see again which team can manage themselves, because I think Team Vreken by far the favorite, Glasgow Rangers a good challenger, but all of the other teams, basically, they compete against each other to just stick in League A and try to manage in, let's say, the top of Belgium curling in the league.
Yep. You know, we faced Steengoed last night, and Mustache Man showed why he is a legend. He absolutely hammered us early on in that match, put us on the back foot. So it's made me excited to see how well they do. They had a little bit of a tough go the last round in A, but swept through the B last season to prove that they belong here. So
they are
to
team
see.
Unbeaten so far in the Belgian league, like 6 straight wins in the B. Now they're first in A, so they have a win streak of 7 out of 7 games. That looks very, very promising. The only dip in their season so far was the senior challenge, but other than that, I think they are having a killer of the season right here.
I feel like that was kind of a hidden dig at me because I subbed in, but you know.
No. It's always a team effort. But yeah, let's hop back to the booth and let's talk about the teams here. Do you want to talk Grey Ducks, Jück?
I think I'll talk about the Grey Ducks. You know, we're seeing a slightly revamped lineup. Danielle has transferred from the Grey Ducks. She is now playing with the Arctic Foxes. She wanted to play with an all-ladies team, so she kind of moved back over there. Plus, Grey Ducks had 6 people on their roster. It's a bit hard to manage getting everybody in and out, so she is out. But then today, so we're seeing a lineup I don't think we've seen yet. It's Seppa, Guy, Stefan, and Tom. I know Stefan and Tom always anchoring that back end. They're definitely the rocks of that team. Tom especially, providing the hammerstones for them. Seppa, he's been in and out of playing this last season or so. New baby at home, so it's been a little bit tougher. But we're seeing him get in and train more, so it's going to be interesting. Guy was holding his hamstring, saying there's a bit of an issue there. So he's going to be playing vice skip tonight. So Stefan can take his place of sweeping since of the injured knees or injured hamstring. So we're going to see how that affects them. But, I still think it always comes down to how well does Tom throw his stones? Can the first 3 set him up for something where he can work his magic, or is he going to have to try to play some low percentage shots to try to save an end or two?
Yeah, and then looking at Jück growing. They started in B, then relegated to C, back in B again. I feel like we haven't seen the best Jück so far. They have a lot of margin to still grow. I think if I have to consider their group, Reese, Grey Ducks, Jück, those 3 teams will probably battle for that top 3 and especially top 2 position. But I think Grey Ducks, they should have more consistency with their new team roster, and I think same will go for Jück. Jennifer not here tonight, watching after the kids in the hotel, but she for sure will be rooting, of course, for Jück.
Hopefully she won't need to go into the hotel bar like she did last season when we had them on. It was a stressful night for her when she was watching.
Yeah.
Hopefully not so for this time.
I talked to James. I asked him, like, what are the ambitions for a team? What's your expectation prediction for the second round? He said, well, we are indeed kind of growing, and he says we want to be more consistent in our performances. We don't want to have like these games where nothing works. And then he feels like you have a couple of these flip-flop teams going back and forth between A and B, and he feels like they're just below that bar, but the goal is to kind of enter that pool of flip-flop teams battling for A, and I think they should be able to manage and get there, basically. That should be their targets. I think that's a reasonable target. So predictions, John.
All right, you mentioned the magic word. Oh, I do not have the Grey Ducks going. Well, let's... Oh, Bram's not supposed to be on there. Anyway, any hoodle, we'll figure this out. I am going to go, actually, this was right. I am going to take the Grey Ducks. I think that Tom and Stefan, they've been playing pretty well. Tom's really looked sharp the last few matches and few training sessions I've seen him in. So I think I'm just going to put my money on Tom. Or your house on Tom.
Oh, your money and my house. Yeah, I am going to counterpick you here. I think Tom is always in very good shape. But they had a bit of a dip in the second part of the last round. They started very strong and then didn't manage to go up. But I'm just thinking Jück is still growing in the league. They are getting better and better every round. So I think they should be able to make this a close game and even beat the Gatling gun Tom here. So I am going for James and the other.
All right, then. So they are out on the ice. They've already thrown a couple of stones. Why don't we join them out there and see what we've got? This one carrying through, gets to, keeps in the house. Hope so. And let's see if we can't get the skips out there.
Don't have a lot of sound from the ice, to be honest. They're basically zero.
All right. This one from Guy coming in. I'm going to try to get this behind that guard. A little bit deep past the tee, but that is going to freeze up against that back red.
Okay, draw.
I'll have to look at the mic situation, ice mic situation.
Yeah, the skips are very good. You can hear the voices. That's the ambient noise is a bit on the quiet side, but we'll see. The important thing is we have ice on the ice.
This one sailing wide, a little bit heavy. That is going to go through.
Yeah.
So
there's always the home advantage, of course, for teams like the Grey Ducks and every Belgian team, basically, because you get to know the ice conditions.
Yep, we played our match last night, and it helped that we were playing, that Frank and I had trained on Wednesday night to know exactly what were the paths, what was the ice condition like, how were the stones curling. This one also feels on the heavy side, bit outside. That is going to cruise through the house as well. Hopefully James makes me... Come on, James. Oh, no. Does not go all the way through.
Draw. Yeah, the draw is still there. And first team getting a stone on the pin there will have a very strong setup. Hard to take it out.
You know, one of the setups with this ice is
We have
that
lots of room.
it's
Only at the end.
very fast coming this direction on that side. There's probably a good
Whoa, whoa.
10 to 15 hundredths faster on that side, so you have to be careful.
Yep.
I don't know if that's going to curl over as much
Full
as
weight.
they want to, but that is
All
going to
the
get
way.
into
Yep.
just above the tee.
All right, good. All right. Pick out.
Leaves a hit and roll here for Grey Ducks, and Tom goes straight at it.
This over.
Guy still with the signature necklace chrono
Yep.
stopwatch there around the neck. So no golden stopwatch as a Christmas gift. Maybe next year.
Oh. Oh.
Calling off the sweeps. This one looks like it's going to be right on the nose. A little bit of an angle. Takes out that jammer in the back.
Not enough curl on that one to really get the inside of the stone and find a roll there. And unfortunately, they even taken out their stone in the back. Pin still open, and I assume the hammer is correct, which means there is an opportunity here for the Grey Ducks to steal if they manage to find one good draw here.
Line's okay.
No, the Grey Ducks won't steal because it's their hammer.
Yep.
Or Jakob Jück, I mean, yeah.
Yep. Switch.
We're going to have to change the whose hashtag it is.
Yep.
Oh, this could
Even
work.
back to this one's
Used
fine.
to curl a lot though.
Whoa.
I feel like they're still not
Yep,
quite. They,
yep.
they didn't discover like the right line. This
Yep,
one's actually
all the way.
coming back.
Only one of you. Okay, good.
Doesn't quite get it buried, but still a pretty good draw there.
Makes the draw slightly easier for the Grey Ducks because it's half exposed, it's behind T-line, so there's a bit of error margin to tap in it, to tap and roll inside.
Okay, going for a hack weight here. Stefan's first stone of the evening. Sweeper staying off of it. Now Tom calls it in, and then no. Just wanted to make sure that gets around the guard.
Go.
Bit heavy. Ooh. Takes
Finds the
out.
jam there.
Yeah, jams on their own. Does clear out the backing, so. But unfortunately, leaves their stone out in the open.
Still a battle for the pin here.
Yep. Yes.
Straight into the call for the sweep.
All the way.
Feels
All the
a
way.
bit tight. Is that going to get around that guard? I think it is.
Hard.
Oh, no.
Hashtag John's wrong. It does open up that center, though, so
Yeah, interesting setup here.
Good,
It's
good,
also wider in the
good
front of the
result.
house, so low stone is exposed.
This over.
gonna go with another roll over. Try to get something over underneath that red up the right side.
They really need that second stone in the house. If not, then it's
Line is clear.
a takeout for Jakob Jück, and they kind of force Grey Ducks to draw for one in the
no.
end.
Oh, this one's outside, I think, and Tom's
Oh no, and maybe a
no,
jam
no, yeah, that's going to catch over.
Oh, okay.
Catch there. Yellow pushes it out, so now Jakob Jück sitting in.
there. Interesting position here for Jakob Jück now.
We're sitting one right now. It's way back. We can either take that. I mean, the safe thing is to take that and try to, yeah. Or we just draw. But let's take it first and see what they do, yeah? Hit and roll over, yeah?
I like the call, just kind of taking options away for Grey Ducks to get some hammer efficiency here. And setting up for a 4-1.
Tur, the GOAT, has graced our presence in the chat.
All right.
Good to see you.
Roll
Yeah,
in
it's
would be
been a
nice, yeah? Roll
good
towards
month
center.
for us to be on the stream, so happy to be back.
But I mean, we're
Been a
sitting
while
two
with
right now, or we're
the
sitting one,
internet
and as long
issues.
as we make the hit, we're sitting
Yes.
two. So that's the important thing is just getting the hit.
All right, James stressing that they just need to make sure they get the hit first.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Want to make sure this one's going to be really thin. Yeah, I think that's going to shoot through.
Maybe finds it.
And it finds the other one and a jam to
Oh
sit
my.
on the biter.
Oh
okay.
my, that was. I think that was. Does this count as double takeout, John? I mean,
Technically?
technically it is,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I mean, and it was a pretty nice double
Hey,
takeout.
they're going to be the new hashtag fluke, but you know, these, that's part of the game, you
Wel
know.
de laatste steen, hè. Ah, alright, we zullen dat allemaal doen, hè. Wacht, hè. Dit is een 2-5. En dit is een 2-7. Ja.
Yeah, we had that happen last night. Chris being a little bit tight on his chip to guard, but then still managed to get the double anyway. So that's part of the game. You got to play it as it is.
Yep.
Ja. Maar we toch een beetje op veiligheid spelen en die een steen eruit keeperen met een 2-7.
Yeah, hit and stay would be nice for the Grey
2-7 is
Ducks.
een 2-9, hè, voor mij.
Team Jamaica, as they are called in Belgium, and in parts of Denmark.
Stefan just keeping things clean.
Ah!
Trying to hold this one. Is that going to go? Yeah, that'll be fine.
Excellent stone here.
Meadows gets rid of it.
And my guess is Jück following up with a similar
Yeah,
stone
yeah.
here.
Because we just need to take it for the force, right?
Yep. That's all they need to do. Get it in there.
Use the force, James.
All right, let's take it. Yeah. Nose is best, but you know we just need to get it.
James told us apparently you like us playing against the Grey Ducks because that was also
Yeah,
the
he
stream in
seems
November, Grey
rather
Ducks
dirty
against
today.
Jacob Jück.
Was it? Okay.
Yep.
I
Whoa.
rewatched the whole game as prep for this one just to be prepared.
Nasiba.
That's how I know. of course.
Nasiba.
Trying to get this to curl over. They'd like it to stick.
Good. Fine. Nice.
That's all right. Not the.
It's not the worst if it goes out, to be honest.
It's still forcing a draw to one.
Yeah.
Zwart-wit.
Oh yeah, Tur. There was an initiation just before, and they stuck around to have some pizza and are enjoying the
3-40.
live action.
Yeah, I can imagine if you had an initiation, and then suddenly you see kind of the real teams play their matches, you have a different view on what's happening. As you experienced it
Oh,
yourselves,
goed
you
maken,
I think you appreciate more what you're looking at, or you can see how you know how hard it is to just draw something on the button.
Yeah, I think it allows them to translate the experience they just had and seeing like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
With his trademark purposeful slide and release.
If you could score points for elegance, they would have been top of the A somewhere.
Now, we saw a few times last season where Tom was trying to over finesse stones and Light would leave them short. This one, no such thing, but that will settle down in the back of the
Dat
house.
kan, hè.
And that is a
Keep going, hè.
force to one.
Yeah, it's an end won by the Grey Ducks, but I think a result for Jück here. I think they will be happy with this 4-1, and now it's up to them to show they can score some big points on their hammer.
Yeah, that end, it seems like both teams were kind of feeling out. Okay, they didn't quite get the lines during the warm-ups, which can be tricky. But I think they started figuring things out, so definitely going to be I think we'll see some better lines, better strategies in this one. So as we start off with end number 2, Guy will be leading things off for the Grey Ducks as they lead at 1-0. This one coming down
Hier, op dingen, sippen.
a little bit high.
Ja, die kant eigenlijk. Ja, houd hem vast. Ah, die valt niet, hè. Dat valt.
That's a straight side.
Goed. Draw.
Yeah, tour. We saw those the other day during training, and they're very nice. I like it. I really was not a fan of the white pants, just because they got so dirty so easily. But the whole blue tracksuit thing, it works for them really well.
Yeah, even their logo pops out so nice.
Yeah, yeah. I like the white stripes down the sleeves and legs.
In the house! Come on, all you got!
Try to drag this one in. This side curls a little bit more coming this way.
Whoa!
Got to make sure it's also the faster side, so you got to make sure that doesn't go too far.
Okay.
It'll seem to get to the house and sometimes
All right.
just keep
Good.
carrying. Like that.
Yeah, my guess for White Masses, they watched a couple of streams and noticed that the lower back ventilation system was a bit exposed here and there. So they figured out how to solve that problem.
Good evening, Tim. Good to see you. Hope you had enjoyable holidays.
Yes.
As always, rooting for the team from Germany.
Yeah, we have a Spanish team joining the league here. So if you want to have an Iberian setup, we're waiting for a Portuguese team to join up as well.
Hier, hè.
This
Hier, hè.
one's going to curl around.
Ja, nog. Ja, oké, perfect. Ja, mooi.
Very nice stone and very nice setup for Guy here.
Yep.
Good guards.
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't get that curl over on that first stone, but yeah, they'll take that. It's a little bit of backing with that red one. Now let's see. Yeah, Tim, there's a team from Curling Club Harakata here. They're actually playing on sheet B A tonight. Oh,
Yep.
I've just mentioned off all things. They're playing on sheet A.
Whoa!
They are still
Whoa,
finishing
looks
their
harder.
first end, so no score over there yet.
Oh, nothing.
This one's a bit wide and a bit heavy.
Right off. Okay.
Yeah, that's just going to stay out there.
There's not really a lot you can do with the
Okay,
stone.
thank-
You just have to watch it go through the house and accept that
Dat is nog te vroeg.
in terms of setup, Grey Ducks takes a bit of the initiative here in this end.
Kaart.
And there goes the broom.
And nobody else dropped theirs. Some people need to learn the traditions of curling. And Tim, I think you can back me up. I'm not crazy that if somebody drops their broom, everybody's supposed to drop their broom. Sort of a superstition.
Tell the people out there I'm not crazy.
Nog
Tim,
twee
please.
voor.
Oh, that would be great. Tim says they're working on getting a group of players together locally and maybe next season if the team feels like it. That would be awesome to have you guys come up.
Ja, hier.
I know that
Oh,
it stresses Dirk out having to try to schedule things for teams that have to travel far, but at the same time, I think he really likes it. This one carrying a bit deep, gets back there.
By the way, Tim, I was an Scotland in December, talking to people from the Portuguese team, and they mentioned that the curling ring in Portugal is actually happening. That the deal was signed somewhere in December. Do you know anything more about that? Do you have a little announcement we could share with the world? I know in Portugal they are trying to get their own ice rink for some time.
I'm gonna get this one.
Yep, right to it. Looks good.
Yep, peels off that guard.
shot.
Nice. Cleans things up in the middle. And so Tom says, let's put it back. They've got 2 in a strong position. Not much more than that, other than it'll be a facility that has both hockey and dedicated curling.
Four-sheeter, nice.
A 4-sheeter, yeah, that's really nice. Well, congrats. It's a big first step on getting it done, is just getting things approved, so.
Nee, Stefan eerst. Ja, mooi hoor. Ja. Houston.
Very nice guard there from Sepp.
Same.
Hopefully
same
by the end
way.
of 2027, you'll have it built. I wouldn't be surprised if it take a year or 2 longer. Yeah, that type of stuff with big construction projects like that, things always tend to get a little bit tied up. When they built the new skating rink here in Mechelen, and originally the curling club was supposed to be attached to that, that got booted off pretty quick, and even then it took an extra year, I think, to finish it from when they originally planned it. Trying to get this to curl over and catch something back there. Catches enough and moves it out to the edge, out of scoring. So, like that.
That's at least 1 stone out of the 4 foot right now. You still have that center guard to deal with. Center guard is really helping Grey Ducks.
Hier is ook gewoon. Zowat de hart is tegen hem hierin. Ja, dat is oké.
Saying 2 or 3, so for them that's going to be just in front of the house.
And there's the Gatling gun.
There it is. It's going to be just on the guard. Opens it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little Swedish curl over. Kind of tightens that gap a little bit.
It's always like the, can I get my sweepers to just get it around, or if it's going to hit, should I call them off and then hope it curls enough to hit that nose hits and super hard. Unfortunate for them.
Bina's here. Only here for a few minutes. Go Jück. Yeah, hey Bina, welcome in. And how did I know you were going to root for Jück? Good to have you here, even if it's just for a few minutes. Hope you had a good holiday period.
We have room. Switch.
Trying to get this one to curl over.
Whoa.
That's way out there. Is that going to chip? Oh, that's going to catch the...
It's going to tap yellow in. And now
Tap,
yellow is
tap.
sitting with a pretty nice stone there.
And now that locks in that back yellow there. So
yeah, that's an unfortunate miss there for the Germans.
makes things a lot easier for Tom when you just have to keep setting guards.
It's what you like to do if you want to steal, just trying to close things up. You have already 2 stones in that 4 foot.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Bina. I missed the ice, but I had a nice nice holiday in the heat, so.
Oh, godverdomme.
And there's
a
big swear jar.
Oh, laat hem aan liggen, laat hem aan liggen.
I
Ik
still
heb meer huis genomen. Meer huis.
I still think it's okay because it's not. There's a draw path there, but there's not really a hit
We can
path.
draw this side, or it can peel.
I don't mind the peel, to be honest,
Peel.
just to give yourself some more options. Otherwise, if the draw
Yeah.
fails, you could
We
basically
should can get
limit
both.
yourselves very hard with the last two stones.
Yeah, that's important, and this is really the only stone they can do that.
Yeah.
If they try to peel with one more stone, they're going to be leaving themselves with one left to score. So this gives them an opportunity.
Ooh,
Yes.
immediate call
Oh,
here.
straight away.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
That's going to get over the nose.
Girls.
That is going to take
Okay.
their own red.
Makes it even worse. Makes it even worse now. The middle still closed up. That guard over on the left front of the house is still there. It's all yellow.
Zo, je
Nou,
moet echt nog dicht. Ze kunnen langs hier erin, hè.
James indicating a bit inside on the release and then trying to hold it, but
Ik kan hem gewoon proberen liggen.
This is a tough one. If we
Ja, ik denk deze, want dat valt
come
zo.
back here,
Ja.
they can guard there. They can try to guard there. But I think that this side here, it doesn't have as much curl. It's going to be a lot harder.
Dicht liggen, hè. Dat is
So
een
I
gat,
think
hè. Ik kan daar nog door, hè.
I think they're just going to try to guard that one up because that's the spot where
50,
there is
60
curl.
zeker.
yeah, the call was to draw it in between basically.
Yeah, okay.
Even put more pressure on Jakob Jück.
Right.
The worst case here is try a draw, have it over curl a bit, be on the inside, and kind of split open your center guards. But with a very good draw, that would really make things extremely hard for Jakob Jück. Now it's all about looking at the line here.
We moeten nog veel vallen.
Is
Ja,
important.
Stefan, andere kant. Je moet curlen. Andere kant, Stefan.
It's
trying to
pretty
get him a
slow.
curl over there, but I think
gonna
with
be
that
guard.
speed, that's going to be
Ja,
fine.
look.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good guard. I mean, that's a good
Sorry,
alternative
horrible, but-
scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out
The
there.
gap is closed,
Yeah.
forcing Jakob Jück. And they can still just ram in something in the middle, just getting that center guard gone. But then again, yeah, do you score 2 points out of that?
Yeah, I think if they want to try to score two,
Okay,
they have to
that's the
try to
draw.
get something here on this one.
Important stone here, definitely for James. And this is the hard side to draw because
Yeah,
there's
it's-
very little curl on that side of the
It,
ice.
it feels
Here
like
or
if the
4 foot,
stone is
yeah.
anywhere over here, it just stays out there. If it's inside, it seems to come. Maybe it's a little bit tighter than that, but there's definitely a fine line, and even the curl it has isn't as much as the other side. So
Okay, wait only.
One might stay wide. To wait and
Nasiba,
see.
Nasiba.
trying to get that to curl over. It's a little heavy.
Oh, no.
Line was good.
Catching their own stone in the back there.
Okay.
And rolling. Oof.
Yeah.
Ja,
Just was
close,
a bit heavy.
Wacht, hè.
Yeah,
Ik denk
line
dat
was perfect,
deze-
I think. That was with less weight.
Deze
Yeah,
stierlijn
That's going to be a
erbij.
decent spot. I mean, they could even be a little bit tighter as well.
Yeah, but what do you do if Grey Ducks just put something in the top 4 there? And
I mean, if Grey Ducks can get anywhere in this area, I think there's nothing that they can
Kaart.
no,
do. So I think they're going to want to try to
Hier met
put
twee
this.
stoppen. Maar hier met twee stoppen.
Hey, why is it not clearing? There we go. Yeah, I think top 8 is enough to just to outcount that red at the back,
yeah.
and
Ah.
You
They
just
can
can't
score
be
3.
too deep. If
just
you're
niet
too
even.
deep and you have an exposed
Dat is een
stone,
heel snel
Jacob,
stukje,
you
hè,
can
dat is.
use to roll in. That's the thing you just want to avoid. Other than that, you're just blocking off a draw and forcing Jacob to try something. Because looking at the house, they're pretty much in a bit of a damage control situation where James might have to try something difficult and hope for a good result.
yeah,
As-
it's all part of the strategy, playing the long game. Yeah, that's one way to look at it, Bina. I mean, it's still early in the match. You can still sort of not stress too much about what's happening this end, but all right, this one's up high. Good guard. I think that's
I think running in your corner guards is kind of the only option you have here. You have that one redstone serving as a corner guards. There are 2 yellow stones where...
yeah, try to jam it. Oops, you changed angles on me. We can do this. Yeah, you see it. You know, just right run here. There. So
basically, yep. Yep.
That is indeed a hard shot.
I don't think they can make it any worse than it is.
No.
So
if it catches one of the 2 yellow stones, it's at least damage control. They're looking at a steal of 2 here.
Yeah.
If the angle is more or less fine, it could be a steal of 1. That's at best, scoring 1 here.
All right, bye, Bina. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sure you'll check out the replay to watch how it comes out. There's Jennifer. Good evening.
Yep.
I hope
Yep.
the hotel room mini bar is open. Look at this. Oh, I like that. I mean, hey, that's a great shot.
Yeah, that was the alternative. If the angle is not perfect, at least you could take away 1 yellow, and that serves as a damage control. They were struggling in this end, and if you can limit that to just having Grey Ducks slam a 1 on the board, then you're still in the race, and you can pick up from there.
Yeah. So, steal of 1 for the Grey Ducks, but an excellent effort there from James to take a shot.
Yeah.
That was
excellent effort here.
Clutch shot there. All right, we have an update from our other sheets. Let's see if the ticker is working again. There it is. Over on sheet A, Wipe My Ass leads Harakata 1-0 in the second. Colin and Arctic Foxes are tied at 1 apiece as they head into the third end. Meanwhile here...
Spelen buiten. Steppen eerst.
Oops.
Nog heel veel vallen. Vanaf dat je kunt moeten vegen, Steppen. Ja, nu. Ja, kom aan, je moet nog heel veel vallen.
Meanwhile, Guy is starting things off here in end number 3. Grey Ducks lead it 2-0. Right. Trying to get this one back over to the center line. It falls just wide. I don't want to say short, but it's wide.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really waiting for that breaking point, and as soon as it was starting to curl in, then they swept massively to extend that curl as far as possible. But it is not the center guard they were looking for. But it is more or less a center guard. Definitely the weight was pretty good. It is usable. It's something they can eventually use for their
Line's
benefit.
nice!
Jück opting for the corner guard to start things off.
Just here, yeah. Wait if you can. Switch!
Trying to get this one to curl over. It seems a little bit light. That's going to be high. They're going to get that over the hog line.
Okay.
No, that just died.
And that is unfortunate. Well, good thing is they have hammer, so it's at least not a very, very inconvenient guard sitting there close to the hog line.
Exactly, yeah.
Otherwise, that's a lot of space for Grey Ducks to come around. Then all of a sudden, you have a redstone there not helping your cause.
Alles klar!
Seppa indicating it's a bit heavy. Tom saying the line is tight. No, now he's saying it's okay. I'm going to make sure they get it around. I think that's going to chip. Yep. Just chips. It's going to come in.
That's a biter.
Sorry man, ik was net iets te laat.
You're hoping for a messy end.
Yep.
It could be interesting. I'd like to see some crooked numbers on the board.
Normal.
From both sides, I'd like to see a little roller coaster action. You know, we like it when it goes to the 8th end of the final stone. Sometimes it has to be ugly curling to get there, but that's okay.
Yep.
Push it maybe inside.
That does feel tight, yes.
Yep.
James
All the
going
way.
hard for the sweep.
Stay on it. Yep.
Oh, that could work.
Good.
That's going to do good, yeah. And that's
Finding
actually
it.
going to roll
Nice.
over. Is that biting?
It is biting. It is a perfect roll. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
is a excellent stone here. Excellent stone for Nasiba. Trying to find a glimpse of Nasiba, but she's somewhere tucked
There
away
she
between
is.
her Colonian friends.
Tour wants a score of 14 to 11. Yeah, I don't think I would mind that so much. Those of you watching who haven't voted yet in the poll, don't forget to tell us who you think is going to win.
Dat is oké.
Jennifer
There's
saying,
always the mini bar, Jennifer.
yeah, Jennifer saying, my heart couldn't take it. I
Yep.
can imagine that. Oh, Joël Westerberg is already tuning in on Korea. Team Westerberg is joining us next weekend for the World Curling Tour here in Belgium. So maybe checking out what Korea is all about or what the ice is all about. It's basically an opportunity to scout the ice. Although
Obviously, yeah.
Mark Callan is going to do a lot of changes. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure,
I don't think the ice is going to look like this next week. But glad to have you in, Joel. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, amazing broadcast call at the end. Those are his words, and that's like the second best opinion
Line
besides Nicholas
Wait
Dean,
only.
perhaps in Sweden.
Whoa.
Does it give you money if you vote? No, it's just your civic duty to participate in democracy, although sort of semi-gambling.
Julian. Whoa.
This one
Okay,
trying to
good.
get it around behind.
Nice.
Gets just over the tee. Still sitting a little bit outside, but it does bring that guard into play. So Tom looking to draw in around on top of it.
Joel saying, "You guys rock." Well, we know, but it's always nice to have people confirm that, obviously. But yeah, we expect you guys to rally up the whole fan base and watch your games. Every team in the World Curling Tour will be streamed at least once during the group stages, and of course, if you manage to reach semis and final, maybe second time or even a third time.
This one is going to chip off that guard. What is it going
Je
to
pakte daar een
do?
plekje. Ja, en die zakte ineens helemaal weg.
Okay, Tom's saying it picks something up there in the ice, kind of shifted a little bit. We saw that last night too. Frank had a stone that looked great, looked like it was going to ride on the pin, and just suddenly bit and curled and ended up short. So I'm surprised you didn't notice the obvious pun saying "you guys rock." I mean,
Yeah,
as a young father, that should just be like right in your wheelhouse.
definitely. We even have a team in the doubles league with the name the Rock Fathers. Maybe John one day will stream the Nordic curling tour and we'll be traveling around in the
Nope, that's something
Scandinavian
that
countryside.
we should be. We should get off our butts and start pitching ourselves around.
Let's give those guys a call at some point.
So if any of you Nordic Tour people are out there watching, give us a call or send us an email. Always willing to listen.
Yeah, last year we had a team from Austria playing the World Curling Tour, and they were so excited about how the games were featured. We ended up featuring the Australian Curling Open in September.
The Austrian Curling Open.
Austrian.
Australia would be
Yeah, that would
fantastic,
be awesome.
but yes.
So close to not messing up that. But I
You
even
even
made
messed up the Instagram, too.
yeah,
That
there was one
great.
Instagram where
Je snelste valt
people out there, they really thought that was a pun on purpose, but no,
No.
unfortunately.
Oh, Jennifer wanting to join as a groupie. I mean, I'm an old married man. I don't know what I could do with the groupie. Now, a roadie,
A roadie could be
or
nice,
an
yeah.
intern, those would help.
Yeah, we need people to kind of serve us drinks. Our voices get dry over the course of a stream, especially during tournaments.
Carry and set up the big cranes and run all the cables.
A big shoulder massage from sitting here at the desk all day. That, I mean, I think that is a basic level of comfort a broadcaster should have on a tournament like this.
Whoa!
This one coming in around. That's going to get buried nicely. Squeaks it in. Just a little bit past back of the forefoot. That's fantastic.
It's always feels so extremely satisfying to just see a stone pass the guard on a very slow pace and then settle down gently close to the pin. That's
absolutely
a joy to watch.
Now, of course, Tom is looking at this and saying, there's a double there, so let's try it. At the very least, let's get rid of one of them. This one's going to curl over a bit. I think it's going to end up on the nose. Maybe rolls over.
That works.
It's all right.
Yes.
Gets the job done. Kind of brings that red one into play as a jammer, so that means they now have to get onto the right side of it.
Which is not easy to do, but something they should try. If there's a normal amount of curl, should be able to get it. Even a nose hit is not all that bad, to be honest. Or a roll to the left. They have hammer, so...
Straight on the call. This looks tight. Yep, that one's going already.
Whoa!
Going for a plan B, I guess, because this one is very, very much aside. That helps. It's
it doesn't hurt them, for sure. So,
if anything, it leaves the Yellowstone a bit more exposed, forcing Greatex to guard it up again, replace that guard.
Yeah, see Tom setting up his broom, saying, yeah, we're going to go there.
Als we...
Reconsidering their options here.
What?
He was asleep, now he's awake again. Sometimes you think he's like calculating super complex stuff, but nope.
Ik ga een guard liggen langs deze kant. Doe ik die iets te veel, dan liggen we meer. Ça va? En ik denk dat je moet geel-wit pakken. Ja, geel-wit. Echt, nee. Ja. Oh, nog een beetje. Ja.
I think he's got it set where he wants.
Als hij liggen, is hem daar net iets te snel. Dan kan die er wel in.
So, looking for setting up a guard here, this kind of area. But if it goes too deep and taps that one, it's also not the end of the world.
Veel?
Now, how much will this curl? This is the main question to ask with a stone like this.
Yeah, we saw it last night. We see some slower.
Comes in.
This one's actually a little bit deep. That's going to come in on top of it.
Not a guard. And now this leaves a double opportunity with the way the angle. If you just hit the front yellow, they both go out.
Send it into here.
Yeah.
We want to hit this one just here.
Well, it looks like they're going to try to run that
the double
red one
takeout.
back. Yeah. Think they can do it? Although, so they look like they're going to take this red back to there and onto that.
Are they
or
doing that?
onto that. Yeah, that's the way they're setting up.
Oh.
But
Just
yeah,
run
you
that
were
into
talking
them,
about coming out like this. If they hit there, then
Yeah.
the yellows
It's the top
split
yellow
off.
just
So.
Yeah,
over
that was
center.
my first option here.
Just fill
Just
them
hit it
both
with some
out.
weight on the good side, and they both go out, and maybe even not touching your redstone in there. But we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Tim also opting for that peel to get both yellow out.
Sure.
Arthur.
Well, that's a pretty good shot there.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave it a go. But yeah, the way they was coming in with that angle, it was always going to be tough to get both of those yellows out there.
Yeah, Joel also saying trying it the hard way. I mean, the center was wide open to get to the right side of that Yellowstone.
Sometimes I think players are starting to get used to being or wanting, they have that drive to get on the highlight reel, and so they try things a little bit the difficult way instead of the easy way. There are no extra points for difficulty, though.
Die er toch uitspelen. En dan 2-7 en 2-9 voor mij.
Here we go, Tom's.
I
I think they've got a chance to like 2 here if they're...
Yeah, they're going to try to get red out. Not the hardest of takeouts, but that's because you want to keep the shooter in play.
This one not really curling like they like, but it does catch that one over, taps the yellow.
Well, I like for
and
yellow.
Actually, that's a better stone. That's a really good result for Tom there, because now they're going to be, it's going to be so hard to get rid of that yellow.
Yeah.
Just
Or the
right? Just try
I think
to
they
red.
hit just off nose, just to spin that out, right?
Yeah, Joel, that was a lucky break to get that freeze. I think there's a bit of a gap. I think if we look at the overhead, there's a touch over. And with 3 other reds in the house, okay, maybe they can, if they can get rid of this yellow one, they can score 2, 3, maybe 4.
Gonna try to throw peel weight at it. Yeah, just blast the yellow out one way or the other.
I think that makes sense, yeah. Even if it nose hits, well, you get your 1
Even
point.
if we just tick it, that's also good. But I think I can hit it, half and then just kick it to the side. We'll see how much it moves.
If it moves enough to bring one of the red stones in a shot position, that's also good.
Yep.
There's a couple of bonus points in there if they really get lucky.
Julian!
Needs to clip it, but that's going to fly by. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, and that's of course like the one thing you really want to do is make sure you don't miss, because then that becomes a steal, and that's the one thing you trying to avoid there. It was close though. It was close.
Gave it a good effort, but yeah, when you're throwing peel weight, the margins are so tiny.
Yeah,
that,
the misses overcurl a bit too much and have a nose hit rather than flash it. But that's so easy. It's like we could be Mr. Know-It-All from where we're sitting here. But that's the beauty of curling. There's the idea and the plan, but then there's the execution.
Yep. But we do know it all. So, quick update from our other sheets. The Harakata scored 3 in the second to take a 3-1 lead. Kekkuln taking 2 in the third to lead 3-1 over Arctic Foxes. He's starting things off here in the 4th end for the Grey Ducks as they lead at 3-0 over Jück. This one carrying into the house. Oops. Got the skip unmuted.
Ja, okay.
All right, so James opting to play the hitting game on this one. Hit roll out to the side. I want this one to stay in the house.
Whoa! Julian!
Calling it to curl over. That side we've seen in trainings here. There's a little bit of negative ice at times. So, that one curls over. Gets rid of it, but slides just out. Is that going to curl back in? No, it does not.
Good.
Jennifer saying the other Köln team, Kick Köln, the key stands for Kölner Ice Club, which makes that the total name is Kölner Ice Club Köln.
Yep, they put Köln officially in their name, Jennifer, so that's how we do it. I know it looks dumb. It's like saying ATM machine or PIN number, but it is how it is.
Auto maar vast. Hij mag hierin. Auto maar in. Ja, kwaan. Liever daar als de camera gaat. Ja, zo diep mogelijk.
It's a very nice stone there.
Same thing.
Now you've got that one over sitting on the side. That could catch if this one's a little bit like the previous.
Yep.
Straight for the sweep. This one feels a little bit on the tighter side.
Yep.
But that's that negative ice side. Is that going to move over?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be just fine. I think this one's going to stay in the house.
Good.
Excellent stone there. Gently rolls to the side, but is in the house, and this is exactly how you want to throw these kind of stones. And a very modest sense of celebration here over on the Seba side. We do appreciate this type of quality, of course.
Joel asking who the commentators are, by the way. We are internet superstars, John and Pim. No, we are local curlers. We play here in Belgium, and I enjoy hearing myself talk. So after COVID, I took my video game streaming here to the ice. And just enjoyed doing it. Oh, gets that one and rolls in. Okay, I said it was going to help someone stay in the house.
Does that still count as free guard?
It was a guard,
Yeah.
But yes, we play here. We play in the A division as well on the Takeout Tigers, and we also play in our Open Doubles League
but officially,
together as Kurdia.
I was not thinking about
Yeah. Draw.
We are not good enough to be on Team Dala or Verreken, though. Well, maybe not Verreken. I bet we could find a way onto Team Dala if we needed to, if they needed someone.
Wait only.
But in the booth, I'm the best curler ever. I've never missed a shot.
Oh.
Just ignore anybody talking about the John is wrong hashtag. That's not real. That's made up. I am not quite sure what they were going at with that stone. Maybe just a little bit heavy miscommunication there.
Yeah. That leaves the Grey Ducks an opportunity to just keep things open and then set up for a, not a 4-1, but at least a low hammer efficiency situation for Jück.
That's the fun!
So hey,
in front of the stone, yes, it's Stefan sweeping next to the stone. That's not as useful, but it does get the job done. And Joel, early in my career, in my IT career, I used to have business cards that said "smartest man in my cubicle," because nobody cares what you are when you're a software developer, and my boss didn't mind. So as long as my cubicle was empty and just me, I was the smartest person in it.
Okay, we have room this time. On the house. Yep. Whoa.
Feels on the heavier
Whoa.
side. That's going to come past T. How far is that going to
Okay,
go?
nice.
Leaves it back at the 8 foot.
If Joel really wants to know who we are, he can always watch back a game, skip to the beginning, and then we have a camera in the broadcaster booth where we announce games, and then you can see our pretty faces.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This one staying wide, flies through the house.
That's just that straight side over there.
Yep. Bit of a break here for Jück. Get something else in the house. Try to force a Grey Ducks to chase and maybe set up a 2 or 3 house here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tom and Stefan are blaming the ice makers at this point for having such straight ice patches there.
Yep.
Because that's what you do if you're a curler. You never miss a stone. There's just something wrong with the ice.
It's something wrong with the ice. It does not help that Stefan made the ice tonight.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
Swimmers never blame the water, but in curling, that's a whole different story.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Jennifer asking, pleading with Jück to take advantage.
Yeah, they have a shot here.
Just needs to get in the house. You don't want it too deep, I think. Yeah, just let it sit high, but that's that line that carries through.
But it will stay in the house. It will stay, but does it leave a double? That's question number 2 now. Because that's the only thing they were maybe trying to avoid.
Yeah, it does leave a double of a peel weight on this side. Should be able to get rid of both of those reds.
2 for 1 value out of this stone. But maybe a miss, that's also possible. We'll have to wait and see.
Get this to hold on. No, that's going to get over the nose, so it's going to get rid of 1. Dave's going to try to sweep this out the side. Ooh, doesn't quite get rid of it completely.
No, but it's not sitting in a super dangerous position. It's even sitting pretty nice with the way James set up a draw over on that side. It serves as a jam stone.
Yep.
Making the takeout harder for Grey Ducks if they needed to. So we're looking at a potential 2-pointer here for Jück. They kind of need the points at this stage to find themselves in a decent position during the break.
To get this one down.
Needs to be in the house. Better than the Yellowstone.
Yep.
Looks like it's a little bit light. I think it's going to catch onto the yellow.
It's not in.
And not even in the house.
That was the most important thing. Get it in, because that's the kind of thing their strategy was riding on. Always getting that second stone in the house. Now it's not. And Grey Ducks will neutralize the point potential here for Jück.
Geen risico's nemen, hè, de raad. Hè. Ik heb hem er nu gewoon bijna naast gezet in 2-5. Omdat hij op een of andere manier. Je was nu een piekje naar buiten, maar die bleef wel naar buiten gaan, die steen. Ja. Nee.
So Tom's saying the last time they threw this stone, it stayed outside. It was a little bit outside, but it stayed outside. So he's giving a lot less ice on this one than he normally would. But I think he's correct with this call. Even kind of see it drift out a little bit right there in the middle of the ice, but that is going to take it, roll over, and slides out the back.
Okay. Ja, ja, hè.
Yeah, back to square one here for James and the team. And I think just burying it behind the corner guards there,
Okay, draw.
making it harder for Grey Ducks to take it out, and then hopefully have a potential 2-pointer here. I think that's the best shot they have.
Yep. Yeah, they've got all that stuff in the front, so if they can just get in around, sneak it in behind that red-yellow guard setup, should be pretty good.
Use the guards. That's a quote I remember from Jück a couple of times. They're there. Might as well take advantage of them. Otherwise, the other team will.
Whoa, if you can. Whoa, whoa.
Needs to curl a lot though.
Only for curl. Only Julian. Whoa, whoa.
Keeping them off. I don't think it's going to get all the way out there. It's going to get in the house, but is that going to go through? It seems a bit. Oh, no, that's going to be fine. But stays out in the open.
It's not what they wanted. They wanted it to get it all over to the side behind the guards or against the Yellowstone or because now it's just an open takeout again.
Doe maar zo, hij valt bijna niet. Ja. Ongeveer hetzelfde huis en een 2-7. 2-8, 2-9 bij mij.
Yeah, doesn't need to be very hard. Just going to make sure it hits that one, gets out. Whether it sticks or not, it's not relevant. They have that one biting in the back, so.
Controlled 2-9 of 2-7 of zo. Ja.
Controlled release. Stefan just kind of waiting now, getting the call. And Sepp go down, put the brooms down, put him to work.
Oh! En naar buiten!
Maybe he didn't want that one to stick around. It does give him something to go at.
Yeah, but again, it's
It's still a one,
so
yeah.
whether that's rolling to the sides and having Team Jück draw for one or do a takeout. A takeout, that's even better for the Grey Ducks because if they miss the angle and the shooters get spilled, they have that yellow stone sitting there to steal.
There is that double there too. Shooter would roll off. I mean, it's a tough one.
But what do you gain from the double if you can't score 2 points? Then why would you go for that double?
Yeah, there's no point. No.
There's no gain to try that.
I was just pointing out that it was there. I didn't say they had to go for it.
Straightforward, no sit takeouts. What Jück needs.
Yep. Both.
Gotta get this to curl over because that's the straight side. But looks okay. Yep, that's gonna be right there. Bunk as you go, and
you need a break.
They are on the board.
Yeah, that was important for the morale to just get that first point on the boards. It feels like it's a hard-fought point after playing 4 ends, but it's still 3-1. Nothing's lost, but Grey Ducks is giving them a tough time. I think looks like they are taking a bit of a small break, blowing their noses, all of that kind of stuff. Needs to.
Yeah, we've got them muted, so now we don't hear Stefan. So why don't we jump back in here? Hey, there we go. We can hide the predictions. Everybody knows what we picked. So, yeah, good to see Jück get back in the game. Yeah, they would have liked to have scored. A couple of strange stones in that end. The one draw coming up short, the one stone where I don't know what they were doing. It just threw it straight to the house. But yeah, they were able to get on the board. Only trail by 2. They're not out of this game by any means. They just need to kind of like sharpen up and, put some pressure on the Grey Ducks.
Yeah, I think so too. The teams are very close matched. It's not like the Grey Ducks are just hammering the game here. And I must say, he is making a strong impression so far. Kind of decent setups, even with a hamstring injury. There were a couple of ends where I recall like a good center guard and a draw more or less behind it, which is super important if you want to have the initiative in an end, if you're trying to steal. Yep. That was, I think the front end of Grey Ducks is making a difference a little bit. Yeah, even with the last end where Jück had an initiative to score 2, yeah, they make a couple of mistakes, and all of a sudden Grey Ducks are right there to swoop in and force them to just take 1 again. So yeah, that's how good Gridux are at this point. It's going to be a tough one for Jück, but it's just a 2-point difference. If they can manage to get slightly better, there's always that chance to get in there. But they will have to make use of that hammer efficiency. I think just scoring 1 on their hammer is not good enough anymore, with potentially just 2 hammer-ins to go for Jück.
Yeah. They had that, Jück had that 1 stone draw that just carried deep, set up a double. Unfortunate for them. I think they got a little bit lucky to keep 1 in the house, but then that one was quickly taken out. So got to get better about making sure you get the stones where you need them, not setting up doubles for them. But yeah, and I don't know how many times we've seen it in the Belgian league where teams take an intermission and then they come back and their mindset changes, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. So you never know. I don't know how many times we've seen that the team leading suddenly forgets how to curl, if you like to call it that. They struggle with finding their weights. So for some teams, this intermission's not helpful.
No, yeah, indeed. Ice will change over the course of the game. And I think for the Gridux, their potential pitfall is they cannot start relaxing too soon in the game. Sure, they have stolen or at least scored all 3 first ends, stole twice, and then kind of forced Jück to just score 1. So that could give them a sense of, okay, we're in good shape. We are in control. This is going to be our game. If you don't do anything crazy, we should be able to carry this through all the way to the end. But that cannot tip you over into some kind of relaxing mindset, because this is where you could end up making these kind of small mistakes, a little bit of weight problems. That kind of staying in the focus zone is super important. Although I think because this is such a close game, that kind of forces you to stay in that focus mode. Sometimes it's easier to relax if you have a 4 or 5 point lead halfway through the game.
Yep. Tom is a former national team member, former member of Team Verreken. He's been played in high-level curling. I think he knows what to say and what to do with everybody. So I'm not too worried about them, but I think, this could be a good spot for Jück to just kind of regroup, refocus, and say, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what the ice is doing. How do we solve that? And go from there. So only 2 points down halfway through the match. Anything can happen. I'm still hoping Jück loses. Not that I don't like them, but I picked against them. So, it's gambling. You just got to understand that. Fake gambling, but gambling nonetheless.
Gambling with fake money and real houses. My house is actually a real house. It exists. But yeah, I wonder if Owen Rees will watch this game, maybe not live, but maybe after some points, because if we look at the standings here in the group, we kind of predicted Team Rees, Jück, and Gridux to be the 3 stronger teams here in the league. And so for Team Rees, that's basically their competitors playing against each other. Could tell them a bit about the quality of play. And even if after a hard-fought game, Jück and Gridux end up tying the game, that could be a very interesting result for Team Rees at some point. So
leaves points out on the table. So takes points out of both teams' pocket. So it's something that can happen. So looks like they are ready to go. So we are going to jump back out onto the ice for end number 5. Jück will be starting things off. Nasiba looking for the set off the first stone. And looking at the poll, we've got some Grey Ducks heavy selection here. Jück, with 30%. Grey Ducks was 60%, and somebody has picked a tie.
Oh yeah.
And that is allowed in the Belgian league. We don't play extra ends, so that is a possibility. And with a 3-1 scoreline, that's not out of the realm of happening.
Yeah, we forecasted the tie as a potential negative result for
Line's good.
for both teams, but I remember, I think it was last year, where a tie between competitors ended up being a negative result for the third team that ended up with 1 point too short.
That was at the Austrian Open, where a tie between 2 teams in the semifinals meant that they got through to the final, or the last round, the final group rounds. All right.
It also happened last year with Kekul and Team Ries. They tied against each other, but that extra point lifted them into A, where Steenhoed missed the promotion because of that.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Referring to that. But yeah, I think a win is always better than a
The
tie.
police,
So
come on!
if you have an option,
Come on, Hans, come on!
the bunny
Oh,
hops
it's
as well.
It's the
Bunny
kort.
hops the Gatling gun, but this one is light. It does get over
Alle
the
kort
hog.
uit. Alle
Just,
kort was weg.
just gets over.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a dead spot around that zone where if it really is a bit on the slow side, it could just curl over and die in a spot where you don't want it to end up.
We're still in the early stages. Let's get some updates from the other sheets. Harakata
Hey,
with
line's
the
good.
4 house in the third
Whoa.
end, so they wiped my ass 7-1.
Whoa,
Cologne
whoa.
scoring 2 in the
On its
third,
own,
and
whoa.
Arctic Fox is blanking the fourth, so it's a 3-1 over there in the fifth end. This one coming in heavy. That one's going to catch past the tee, and Tom's going to guide this one gently out the back.
That's unfortunate. That's like the point I was referencing to. That kind of first setup of your stones, the guards, and then the stone behind it. It becomes super important that at some stages of the league to be able to set up your game. Otherwise, you might up ending chasing and trailing and fixing stuff with the mid part of the team.
Is that the commentator's curse, or were they doing that before you mentioned it?
Yeah, they were doing that a bit because that was like one of the things where I thought critics were performing slightly better on the front end and giving critics more of the initiative in most ends.
Well, then just as soon as you finished praising Guy, he throws 2 stones like
Yeah,
that.
that is definitely the curse. That is the curse. Sorry, Guy. But Guy said if you see me messing up at some points, just blame it on my hamstring. So this is what we'll do. It's his hamstring. All 3 of them. And a second opportunity here to draw.
Okay, we have a bit of room.
Triple center guards.
We have room.
I think there's plenty of room here. I think that's going to get
Weight
around
only.
those guards. It's just
Close.
a matter about the weight.
Close. Nasiba. Yep.
Trying to get this to curl over.
Whoa. Yep, Nasiba. Whoa.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's great. Right there onto the
Nice
button,
luck.
sitting on the back.
This is exactly what they wanted and what they needed. This is the kind of situation they were hoping for in the first half of the game to enter the middle part of the end with this type of control, forcing critics to open things up, work their way into the end again.
Yeah, so now Grey Ducks having to play the hit, trying to open things up.
Oh,
This one feels a little wide, maybe pushed it. Got to come back. That one is catches the red. Okay, I didn't see that one behind Tom. I thought it was on the other side. So makes the clearance and moves it off. But I still think they've got to deal with those other 2 yellows.
Yeah, they still have a very nice center guard. If Jück gets a second redstone there on the pin, then it's like with the double setup, it's really buried with the guard in front and the jammer behind it. Virtually 2 points in the paint.
Feels a little bit on the heavier side than the last one.
Yep.
Definitely room.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's calling for it.
Switch.
Nice. Get that to curl.
To get as deep as possible, extend that curl.
Good.
Oh, so I was
That
wrong
works.
about the weight. What a shock. But it's still a pretty good position. It's high up in the house. It acts as a guard on that line. There's no other yellows in there, so
Yeah, it could be used for Grey Ducks to try and reach the shot stone.
Deze is
But
ook
is
een
that
optie.
something?
yeah, it's there,
like-
but it's higher. I mean, if that had gone, if they'd gotten that down into the 4 foot, then I would like it a lot less. But I think it's a good effort. I mean, it's there. They should try it.
Als je nu een guard hebt, is dat ook oké.
Yeah, it's a good shot here. Try and do the run back. If you catch one of the guards, that's a good secondary result.
Oh.
The only thing you cannot do is just flash it, be too wide.
This one I feel like is too wide. Yeah, sliding was out. He tried to kind of push the stone back to the middle, but didn't quite work. So there's the break for Jück.
This is the kind of situation we did not see in the first end. Just putting Grey Ducks in a position where, yeah, they have to try clean up stuff. Maybe
Line's good.
miss a couple of stones here and there, and then
Okay, yep, all the way then.
giving Jück the opportunity to strengthen
We need
the
it
position.
Yeah, Joel's saying
Get
his game
fine,
is
go!
completely turning around. And
Go!
yep, that's that intermission. You know, sometimes they're short-lived, but sometimes this can have a lot of big
Okay,
effect.
whoa.
A chip
whoa.
out to the side will not be the worst thing in the
Good.
world. So they get the guard a little bit light, but still a good position there.
Yeah, the
Big
window is closing for Grey Ducks.
2-5.
Stefan starting with his first stone of the second half of the game, and he has one mission, making sure Tom
Yep.
has an opportunity.
Oh.
That's going to catch the side of the red. Will that get on over to the other one? Ooh, just goes underneath, but does the job. Gets rid of that guard.
Yeah, but again, for
Ding,
Jück,
ding.
that's
A touch
another
more is
stone
okay.
spilled.
Yep.
That's another stone that's not helping Grey Ducks to really kind of force Jück to score one or even try and go for a steal here. So
Line's good. Okay, well then. Yep. Yep.
this looks pretty decent here.
Yeah,
Can they
Biter
bring
would
it
be
in?
Yeah.
Ideal. Oh, if it gets in behind that
Okay,
yellow
well-
too, then it takes away some of that extra.
Yep.
This
really
is
nice.
beautiful.
That's
This
a-
is beautiful.
Beautiful stone. You're right. Like that one.
Yeah, this just puts so much pressure on
Ga
the
toch deze
Jamaicans.
opruimen. 2-5.
Jennifer is very happy now, I think. This is starting to calm her nerves.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom was saying that the one thing that they struggled with is giving up a big end. Even with the game where they were very competitive, there was
Papa.
always this one end where nothing worked, everything failed, and then they ended up giving up 3, 4, 5. And I don't want to jinx it by cursing this end, but
yeah.
this could pop up this little thing in the back of Tom's head at this point, like, is
Yeah.
this going to be this end? Is this going to be that one end where we just throw nothing?
Yeah, and
Well,
so
allee,
far it
come
is
on.
that way. Stefan, straight out of his hand, he pushed his broom in the air. He
Yeah.
was frustrated. He
Yeah.
knew that was
Nee,
wide.
die valt, maar die zit
So-
zo van naar buiten.
And he knew it was important. I mean, you can have a couple of misses, but yeah, you're kind of down to 2 final stones. And
Gonna follow Julian in. A little lighter. Leave it as a guard, preferably. If I come down to it, that's all right too.
turning point.
It could be a Tomsky. It really could be.
Yeah. I mean, for the stream and for the tension of the game, and that is nice to kind of see if.
Like I said, I wanted a roller coaster. I mean, I wanted to go
wide.
back and forth, get to
Only
the
for-
final
only
end, the
for
final
curl.
stone.
Only for curl.
This one's wide, and I don't think that side's going to curl over enough. So it's just going to be kind of a stone out there. Oh, maybe it is starting to move.
Okay, sorry guys.
Yeah.
I just was a touch wider. Yeah.
Je valt niet, nee. En deze valt wel.
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't kind of sweep it deep enough to extend that curl and find that biter, because the plan B was go for a guard. It's also not really a guard. But then again, yeah, I don't think the Grey Ducks will say, "Whew, this is our lucky break here." They're still in a bit of an troubling situation here.
They're sitting there discussing, like, yeah, this side doesn't curl enough, this side doesn't do much. So, I mean, it's sort of having to throw some weight at it, maybe. I mean, they could, you know, coming in here, they could still potentially chip that out, but I don't know how.
Yeah, I think I would agree with Joel here. It's hard for the Grey Ducks to find a way to score. They have a 2-point lead, so if they can just make sure they do some damage control and survive this, in basically, that would be something they can accept as an end result.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at this situation, Jacob Jück scoring 1 is maybe acceptable.
Yeah. Tour, yeah, basically what happened is the Grey Ducks kind of just missed all of their shots. and Jacob Jück has been able to get stuff into the house. Stefan was way wide on a takeout. Guy left a couple of his shorts. Seppa also kind of way inside on there. So Jacob Jück taking advantage here, and now you see the setup in the house.
I think, and the decisive, crucial one was that awesome draw from Roman in the early stages of the end, where he just came in beautifully.
Yep. Yeah, just dragged it in behind the guards and all the way down just on the tee or back of the button.
Yeah, that was really the start of the whole pressure game.
Tom trying to play this run back. Sneak it just past the guard. Is that too far inside? Oh, it's on the nose.
Doesn't help them that much, other than having a potential stone to run back and find the shot stone. Basically, that's the
Just freeze. Tap's okay too.
Yeah,
but
more or less.
freeze is
That's
better,
it.
Yeah, and James going for a freeze over on the other side, trying to close the gap. Although the other side doesn't look as dangerous to me, because you can't really go for a double takeout. By the way, the angles are looking. I think the most dangerous stone for Jacob Jück is that yellow stone. That's now new in the equation, but that's sometimes something you forget to look at the new situation.
That's
you say
what
it's
I just threw,
Yeah, so that's why I like, he wants to come in and freeze here, but maybe a tap would be better, because it would take away that. It would take that away, but I don't know that.
Mine's okay. Whoa.
see how this plays out.
This feels a lot heavier than the other one. It's going to be close to that one. It's going to curl.
Off, maybe.
Just misses and chips it over.
Oh, there was a tap. And was the tap enough to take away the run back
Ik zie
here?
twee opties. Ofwel proberen we deze door te tikken naar hier.
Yeah, that actually was a really good.
Ofwel proberen we hier tegen te drawen. Denk jij?
Yeah, the run back is a whole lot harder right now. And team discussion, because two options.
Yeah, see what I'm seeing and what they're talking about is you have the tap through, come through this way. But they could also try maybe hack weight to hit and roll over.
Maybe that could work as well. I think that
not
was
easy though.
That was the call that Stefan was looking at.
Yeah.
Thomas saying that's a difficult one.
Wacht, ik zit hier voor de middenlijn.
Now, I think if you manage to get the right side of that redstone and roll in, the damage control outcome is there. Because if you roll in into the 4 foot, if you're getting shot is super hard, but just getting in the 4 foot would be a success.
Yeah.
Whereas with the run back, you risk if the angle's wrong to give up 2 or maybe 3.
Maybe even 3. Yeah. Yeah.
So if they're going for damage control, I would opt the stone.
And you also have this yellow one up here. That's kind of. It comes into play. It's not.
Yeah, like Joel said, there's always every option has its set of risks. There is no safe option, but if you have to go for a safe option, I think coming in with a hack weight would be the safer option here. But then again, if he makes this, then he will establish and strengthen his reputation as one of the Belgian legends here.
Yeah. Tim thinking as well, go for the hit, play clean up.
Is this inside? Or
is it light? Is this one of the stones Tub tries to finesse it too much? Oh, it's going to over curl.
Yeah.
It's going to chip, but it's not going to have enough to hit that. Yeah, it was just too light.
And there you have the steal of 3. Or
yeah, that is a steal of 3.
Yeah, so that was like the risk with this shot. If you miss it, there's a steal of 2, potentially 3. Whereas with the hack weight, you have a little bit more maybe control. And Jück coming very strong into the second half of the game.
Yeah.
Slamming in the first big score, the big pointer.
First cricket number on the board, the big steal of 3. Putting some pressure on Grey Ducks, and the Grey Ducks like kind of collapsing there. All right then.
And
so we're gonna head into end number 6. Jück taking that 4-3 lead over the Grey Ducks.
Yeah. So sometimes we tend to dramatize it a bit too much. Like looking at the scoreboard, 4-3, nothing's lost. They had a little bit of a buffer to survive, and then like this, but now they've consumed that buffer.
Yep.
Line's nice. Yep.
Siva starts it off here.
Whoa.
Going for that center guard.
Close. Maybe at the end. Whoa, no. Yep.
Just wanted to make sure that gets as deep as they can.
Great.
And on that center line,
Nice
that
shot.
is perfect.
Yeah, you had a couple of hard shots to pick from, and then it just...
Yeah.
It was to the center.
James offering his condolences. He just, as a skip, I mean, every skip has faced that stone they've had to throw and an impossible position.
Evelyn! Zit erop.
Trying to get this one around. They don't want it to chip that guard. It's coming down onto it.
Yeah, the no-tick rule is in effect. So if there is a tap and it rolls in,
Okay, goed gedaan.
question is what will they do?
Oh, it stays out of the house.
Is it? I thought it was a biter, but it's hard to tell.
It's near camera. That's why we're coming near.
Het was wat te traag.
Yeah, it casts some shadow, or it seems to cast some shadow.
The team seemed to have said that it stayed out, or I guess.
Well, they at least agreed to leave it out there.
Yeah.
So
that's
I mean,
true.
sure.
James could like it there. It's not really helping him any to be in. So
yeah, that's true.
Or hurting them to be in, and with a guard like that.
I mean, the way they have that angle, a run back. If they manage to get one on the pin here, then yeah, it's an extra stone for critics to start clearing out.
Line's good. Wait only.
Seeing a couple more votes come in. There's another one for Jück, but then somebody countered it with one for Grey Ducks.
This one feels heavy.
Yep, this one is going to get around behind it, but is that going to have enough to stop in the house? That's that line that just kind of carries.
Nice.
Oh, but this is very nice. This is very nice.
That's fantastic.
I mean, if you want to be critical, sure, it's behind T-line, but look how it is buried behind those two guards. And this is typically one of those situations where we have to kind of decide what is our battle plan. Open things up or try to follow up with a draw. You can't really switch around plans too much, so going for a draw here. Leaving a super
Well,
good draw.
still can't hit yet either, so...
Yeah.
Oh, Don is here. Good evening. Bina is back, but Bina, Jück is winning, so aren't you supposed to be rooting for the Grey Ducks now?
And Grey Ducks struggling with the weight here. They attempted 2 draws on the pin, left it short, basically giving Jück 2 very useful guards. Now they have a Christmas tree guard set up there, nicely the triangular shape, and they will just put more pressure on the pin.
Bina is torn. He's, I think, starting to feel affinity for a specific team, but now they're winning. So what does he do?
Yeah. Always root for the underdog. That's the Belgian style.
Where are we? We're wide. We're wide.
Yeah,
This is a
is
straight
wide.
side.
Only
Yep.
for curl.
That's going to be outside the eye and
Follow.
the king slice, so it's going to, if it curls, it won't be very much at all.
Yep.
If it's not getting behind it, then just better leave it as a guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drag it
Good.
in. It's a biter, who knows? But this is, yeah, it's not the worst, to be honest. It takes away the draw side over and that side as well. And now the Grey Ducks having to clean again. And Sippe missed some takeouts in the previous end, so see if you can do better here. Stefan with a quick peek at the scoreboard. He knows like end number 6 can be crucial.
Needing to hold this line.
Yeah, doesn't
There he
really have the
goes.
weight to actually clear it.
Now it kind of curled over too much onto the nose. So they were needed a little bit on the outside. Maybe even fall a little bit on the in, that other yellow, but
Draw.
does get something there.
Did Seppe just make the claw move to kind of say, I should have been harder? Or
I guess so.
yeah. Yeah, the claw
He's-
move, for people that are less familiar with the Belgian league, is a move invented by the takeout tigers to kind of indicate the heaviness of the
Yeah,
su-
that's
super
what
heavy
we
stuff.
want a super heavy peel weight. We flash the tiger claw, and it looks like other teams have started taking it over.
Like
That's
this
going
one.
to chip and kind of roll a little
Yeah.
bit buried. Yeah, it takes away what little line there was there. Oh, I had the wrong. No, I thought James was quite silent on that. And the wrong.
Atomsky saying, I love the updates of the other games. And also mentioning, asking for a friend who is the alternate of the Jeck game. Who is, I don't know by heart, maybe Jennifer knows. She's in chat. She is the alternate of the Jück game. Well, not the alternate, but the alternate in this game. Because I don't really know.
2-7. Ja, Stefan! Ja, hard! Uit hun best, Stefan! Uit hun best!
This one
Nog!
is going to catch on that, and is it going to roll
wait,
under?
yeah,
Dusky gets under there, so gets rid of a scoring shot.
Yeah, but again, I mean, that little red stone there in the forefoot is
Yep.
nicely tucked away behind a wall of stones in the front of the house. And James looking at run back options, see if he can.
Tomsky is the alternate.
Tomsky's the oh!
You gotta forgive my friend here. He's a little slow.
Well, I didn't know by heart. I was just honest about it. That's not being slow. Just
Whoa!
Usually when someone says asking for a friend, it means they're asking for themselves.
oh.
Yep. Whoa,
This one
okay.
is going to
Good.
sail wide,
Just wide on it,
unfortunately.
yep.
Yeah, but then it's better to just flash it than kind
Yeah.
of give that Yellowstone a tap towards the pin.
To be honest, I'm not sure I liked that
Well,
call on
Dylan.
that one. I would have thought maybe a draw in from the other side where it does curl more,
Verleggen.
getting something in between the yellows possibly to prevent a run back.
Yep.
Yeah, Joel agrees with me. It's like, yeah, that wasn't a shot that was going to do them very much.
Yeah, they were
Problem,
looking
so-
at that side to try something, so it wasn't really a counterplay.
Pick up,
Then again,
pick
if you
up.
can give Red a nice push towards the pin, that could have been a good result as well.
That's true. They could have been trying that, but I think the weight was too heavy for that.
Pippa.
And either way, Tom and Stefan will have to correct. There are, doesn't really change that much.
Not
I mean,
really. No, now it's just a single stone in the middle, but still a guard.
yeah, I think now the draw makes most sense here for Jacob Jück. Just to get behind those
Can draw
yellow
again,
stones.
or we can pop this off.
I wouldn't worry about that one
Stop.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
That yellow one out on the side there, that left side is irrelevant. You know, and since they don't have the hammer, they should just be trying to build a wall around that front, you know, the steel. Force Grey Ducks to waste their
Yep,
stones,
yep.
knocking things away.
Yeah, if they have an opportunity
Whoa, we're on the guard.
to put a second one.
This one is tight. They don't want to push that guard in. They don't want to chip it open either.
No.
But that is going to tap it into the house and
Okay.
kind
Oh,
of
no.
open up
Ouch.
that's like the worst case scenario
Yeah.
right there.
And all of a sudden, the protection has been breached, and I am looking at the scattered stones from yellow here, and they could score 3 if they manage. But it's an important one. Stefan has one shot to really turn this end. Ooh, this is inside. This is inside.
tight, yeah.
Come on, no.
Gatling gun is out.
Oh,
Can they manage
No,
to
but that's
hold it?
okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
no,
that's
no.
actually okay.
Felt scary.
And they
that
should even
was.
get a little bit of a rollover. Just peeks out the other side, but
Yeah, it scared me for a bit there, but it was a good stone. Now, there's still a draw in between the gap
Try to
here.
double these.
Stefan will be relieved. He knew that was important, not just for the end, but also for the game. That was like one of the stones.
yeah, we needed that one.
Yeah.
And now it's completely flipped the end around. Now James is going to have to try this double.
Yeah, I mean, that's the scary part, looking
Trying to double.
to the
right?
house with the with some yellow glasses, or with some red glasses. See all of the yellow there, sitting there? And the Gridux having the hammer. Yeah.
Yep.
Going inside out on this one. Immediately calling for the sweep. Hard for the line. Catches it on the nose. Ooh, almost a swear jar there. I think James held his tongue.
Yeah, I mean, too bad it just didn't roll over a bit, but there was some space in the middle to kind of squeeze one in and find protection behind that row of 4 stones. Opted for a takeout instead.
Gaan we nog hier? Ja, we liggen met 2 shot, hè?
Ja, dat kan ze alle 2 hebben.
En hier krijg je hem al niet meer weg. Zou je niet gewoon hier proberen in te spelen? En jij zou die wegspelen.
Originally, Tom looked at
Ja,
at a
als we die
takeout or a
wegspelen, dan
double,
liggen we nog
the
altijd
double
nog met
here,
2
but
shot. Ik
I
zou
think
hier
now
met
he's
3
looking
shot
at maybe
komen
a
liggen.
draw in.
Snap je? Ja, natuurlijk. Hij kan nog van alles. Ja,
And, I mean,
ja.
the draw is there. It curls, the gap's
Ja.
there. Even if it's short and
We
it
moeten nog
closes the
iets meer
gap,
pakken. Nog
then
iets meer. Nog,
yeah,
nog,
Jück
nog,
Jück,
nog.
they have one
Ja.
more stone
Dat
to
hem
do
hier
some
op
damage
zo'n
control
knop
here.
Yeah.
It makes a job for
Clever, hè?
Jück Jück to steal or do damage control harder as well. So
Yep.
I would like that draw option.
Ja.
That's a lot of ice though. Did they go for the draw option
Kan toch moeten
eventually?
liggen. We liggen
Yeah,
met
think
twee
so, yeah.
just to
stoppen
lay
hier.
it, yeah. But maybe he's trying to come around the
natuurlijk een
outside with
gevaarlijke
that
steen.
one.
Maar als ik
Brom
die,
asking us if we
tegenhoud,
like the new
dan,
outfits from Wipe
dan
My
kan die
Ass
nooit
more than
opkomen
before. Yes, I do, Brom. I really,
Ik zal
I was
heel
never really a big
duidelijk
fan of the white
aangeven.
sweatpants, especially because the ice would just get the knees so dirty. I like the kind of
zo erin.
all blue
Ja,
with the
langs de
white stripe
linkerkant
down the
van de
side.
rode. Ja.
I think it looks nice.
Dat weet ik. Maar dat gat is wel klein, hè? Nee, we gaan het zo wel. Keep the plan. Ja, oké.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to come around the outside of
Dat is
it.
de
Ja,
trage kant, hè?
they
Ja.
A bit insecure about finding the gap. All quiet on the Griddock side so
Quiet.
far.
yeah.
Ja, ja,
That's
ja.
gonna tap in
Nog
off that
iets.
yellow out
Oh,
there.
oh,
No.
No.
It's going to go through. Okay.
Was dat
Maybe they
33?
should have gotten on the sweep
Yeah.
sooner.
Now there's a draw and there's the freeze, there's a hit and roll.
Okay.
Jakob Jück is not out of options here. Hit and roll, yeah.
Yep.
Scary bit with the hit and roll is if it rolls too deep. If you can't find the good angle, then you might spill your shooter.
Yeah, or might sit out in the open for a hit and stick for Grey
Huh?
Ducks as well.
Hit and roll under.
Hit and
Hit
roll.
the back yellow and roll under. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, James. Always nice when the skips articulate exactly what they're going to do.
It's important for the team to kind of know what the plan is. And if he managed to do so. To be honest, even a freeze against the yellow stone wouldn't be the worst. That would be a shot stone. Couldn't take it out and basically neutralizes all of those scattered yellow stones. But then again, the freeze is one of the hardest shots to make.
Roll. Close. Yep. Yep.
Oh, this needs to get around that red.
If they take out their own redstone, that would be absolute disaster.
But then it catches on that over there,
Yeah.
but that's still only third shots.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I
a
was
draw
really
for
happy.
3 here.
Nee,
Can't
No, no,
really
come
score
on,
4
liggen.
points. Yeah.
gewoon liggen, hè. We liggen.
No need
we liggen
to
met twee,
take
hè.
out here.
Ja, het witsel is nog.
Yeah,
3-5,
I'll
hè.
give you an update just in between this end. So right after the stone, Topsky will pop up the updates.
Die 40? Ja. Maar de rails was ook 340.
Hardest shot in curling, the draw
You
to an
definitely
essentially
want to
open house.
But so unfortunate for Jakob Jück. They were sitting
340,
extremely
350,
strong
ja.
with that stone on the pin, that
Yep.
huge wall in front of it, and then all of a sudden, yeah, they kind of shot their own foot,
Yep.
opened things up. Gradek said thank you, and here we are with Tom drawing for 3.
Pakken, pakken.
To make sure this gets into the house, needs to get biting the 8-foot to score a third.
Yeah, better than that redstone. Looks fine, but sweeping cannot make it worse.
Nope.
No harm in sweeping this one here.
Ja,
That
toegepakt.
is
Yes.
going to
Toegepakt,
be
toegepakt.
3
3, hè. Ja, toegepakt.
for the Grey Ducks as they take the lead back.
Expensive mistake
Ja, goed
here
toegekomen.
for Jakob Jück, and great way for Grey Ducks to kind of turn this around. not forgetting that kind of crucial takeout from Stefan there.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't the hardest, but then again, that's the one that can be difficult. Like, I cannot miss this one. I cannot miss this one. And then remember he threw a very bad takeout in the previous stone where he also kind of threw his broom in the air like, oh my god, how can I be so off broom? But he corrected that mistake.
So we see the scores coming up through there, and I'm looking over on sheet C and seeing that they're coming into the last couple of stones from that end, so we'll give another update once they finish that. Yuck. Go back to stones. Saying things out loud again.
I don't know what happened with my last stone there. Yeah. It hooked a lot more than any of the others.
Yeah, Red is sitting 2 right now on sheet A.
I thought.
Kant! Hey, langs deze kant! Veilige
And
kant!
Bina has decided for this match he is going to root for Jück until the lead changes again. Guy starting things off here at end number 7 for the Grey Ducks. They lead 6-4 over Jück. Teams trading threes, back-to-back ends, trying to get this over, and no, comes up short.
It's over like this, but then Tom kicked it, so it needs to be removed from play, unfortunately.
No, it was hard.
Yeah.
I saw that it stopped. Jeez.
I was joking around.
Remember, we have some high-level curlers here in this chat that we're going to be broadcasting next week, and I don't want them to say, well, this guy said he kicked it after the stone came to a stop.
Yeah. It came to a stop, and then Tom removed it with his foot, so that was the
Line's good.
fun. But no guard for the Grey Ducks. That's the conclusion.
Line's
Yeah, and we
fine.
saw after the break
Hard
coming
weight.
back down this end, they struggled getting the right weights.
I'm not sure. One's gonna be lucky.
Ooh, this one also looking like it's coming up light, even with James getting out there.
There's
And
a deja vu.
As much as we love the skip sweeping, it was not helpful in that instance, so...
Slowing down, I think. Yeah.
Yep. Ice definitely seems to be slowing down. They've thrown a lot of stones up that middle, so it's definitely there's going to be some less pebble out there. Guy sliding inside, pushed a little out. Stefan indicating 2 or 3, so should be in front of the house.
Oh, my. Ik call het zelfs serieus.
One that curls quite a lot, but stays on the center line. And as a guard, so... Yep, going to be going for a corner guard here. Tomsky, you're not going to be happy. I just saw Jonas leave an
open draw
short of the house, but I think they scored 2.
Touch now. Yep. Well, it looks like we're on.
There it goes. Starts to curl. It's moving over. A little bit heavy, so that's going to come into the house.
7th end, 2-point lead for Grey Ducks, so they will probably go for hit and roll to try to get behind their guard.
Seppa has struggled with his hits tonight. This one looks inside. Are they going to be able to hold it? Nope. No chance. The struggles continue for Seppa with his up-weight shots. Definitely think that's going to need something to... Tom will be training with him on that.
Or we throw a guard on it.
We do have the update from sheet A stayed the same, but sheet C, Cologne scored 2 to take a 5-2 lead heading into the 7th end over the Arctic Foxes.
Yeah, Cologne, in my mind, was a bit of the favorites coming from A, playing against a team that was 5th in C last round. But Arctic Foxes are pretty much competitive. No big scores or big ends so far.
Yep. Well, this one tight. That's going to catch the yellow. Is that going to move it off the center line? It does not. All right.
All right, really close.
Fortunate. Fortunate there.
Ik ga wat meer uitpakken. Want dat bandje valt wel.
Bullets. So another chance for Seppa for a hit. This one feels outside.
Yep.
It might catch the red, but that is going to roll away.
Okay, mooi.
Oh, actually gets a little bit more of the nose than I thought. Sticks around in the house. They would have liked that buried, but I think that works for them. All right, so for those of you out there who haven't voted yet, the poll will end at the end of this end. Okay, we will close the poll at the end of at the conclusion of this end. I had to find different words for end.
Okay, well,
we will end the poll at the end of this end.
The right weight, it could find a bit of a curl,
but that's a little bit heavy. That's going to go out the back. Tom's just going to make sure. And so Grey Ducks have something in the house. They have a center guard.
And Jück just missing a bit of that consistency James was referring to before the game. Like, just a notch of consistency could really make the team perform a whole lot better. But that's easy to say. Just put it on the pin.
Yeah, just do that, yeah.
Soccer players can't kick a penalty within the pulse of a huge goal, then who are we to criticize a curling player not putting a stone on a pin?
Yeah. It's what, 43 meters. It's a 20 kilo or 19 kilo stone.
Blijven vegen.
And the ice is constantly changing. Yeah. It's pretty tough. This one comes up light. Yeah, really, ice is slowing down. They definitely need to adjust their weights.
Helicopter spins there. Stefan already kind of celebrating a potential victory.
Normal.
The Hertman helicopter.
So opportunity here for Jück, trying to do something, but straight off the hand, James calling for the sweep.
Yes!
Keeping him on it.
Hard!
Is going to just dip out and unable to hold it. Unfortunate there. It almost looked like it was going to be okay, but a little bit of a dip right at the end and slides out. Gonna go for the tap through here. I like this call. Don't need to put much weight into it, and they'll leave a couple of guards sitting there, so. Asking for line, calling him off it. Needs to make contact, though. They're a little
Jück.
more solid than that. Is it over?
Hier tegen.
Swedish curl. And it's still in.
It stays biting, so...
Billy.
That little more weight.
Now, if you mention Swedish curl, Joel is probably like, huh, what?
What is that? Yep.
I'm Swedish and I don't know what a
I've
Swedish curl is.
never heard of this before.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
they working the brooms,
Come on!
calling them hard, trying to
Come
make sure
on!
they get something, and it catches just a bit, but it's going to
All right.
jam. Okay, it taps one of them out, ticks over onto the other.
Yeah, but they
But-
really need 2 points here.
Wacht,
They have a hammer. Probably their last hammer, 7th end here,
Ja.
trailing by 2. So if Grey Ducks forces Jeck to just score 1, having a 1-point lead and a hammer in the last ends, that is a
Oké.
good
We
outcome
proberen
here
erin te
for
liggen langs staart. Ik denk dat dat wel gaat. En ik denk ook dat dat gewoon de gewone snelheid is. 3-4 of zo, 3-5.
Tom's turn to try to find the weight to get that draw around the guards into the house. This one's looking like it's got the right line. Needs to
Stefan,
make
go
sure
on.
it has the weight, though. Guy
Come
coming out to help and sweep. Oh, this looks great.
Ja, kom aan,
This
kom
is
aan,
fine.
Knock.
That's perfect. That's fantastic right there.
this is
It's buried. It's above the tee line. There's a
Like the
guard
running
in
back
front of
line,
it.
yeah.
Now, granted, it's the other team's guard, but
yeah, this is going to be an
Just
important
knows,
run back here for James if they want to have a shot at winning this game. Not an easy stone, but the perfect run back would be to even catch a yellow in a way they roll behind the
Hey,
2 center guards.
nose.
But then we're imagining the
Yeah.
absolute perfect world here. I think he will be happy if this is just getting rid of the
straight
yellow stone
nose, yep.
and stay in the house. That's
Yeah.
needs to stay in the house because it needs to be their second points.
Jennifer is watching this through her fingers.
Yep.
Everything crossed at this moment.
Yep.
Needs to be
Yep.
on the
Inside.
nose. It's a little bit inside.
Really
Right.
close. Really close. Good sweeping, guys.
Good effort there. Just centimeter or two off. Yeah, James has been handling these really difficult shots pretty well. I mean, it's not getting the result he wants on every one of them, but he's putting a good effort into it, making it close.
Ja, pak maar iets meer reis. Ja, ja, want die gaat ietsje trager beginnen vallen. Stel voor, afdikken.
Ja.
We liggen daar met 2. Als dat goed afgedikt is, moet hij langs die kant liggen. En ja, hij moet hem nog maken, hè. Hij moet hem maken, hè.
So Tom here just going to try to guard up over that yellow in the
Met
forefoot.
2 graag. Ja.
Try to force the one and take the hammer back with the lead going into the 8th. Or, hey, if they can find a way to steal.
Splitting the house is not the worst.
Well, they've got that one sitting out over on the other side, so
Steppen eerst. Steppen eerst.
they are easily out there. But if they
Ja,
don't
nee,
cover up
nee,
this
nee.
one on the 4,
No! Oh! Allee, slechte steun.
Yep, leaves
Leaves
him
a
a
double.
pocket. Yep, leaves the pocket.
Yeah, this makes it easier to do a takeout here. Chances of
Yep.
James spilling the shooter have become
Give me a touch more, yeah? Okay.
way, way less. And it is still a 4-1, but I think Grey Ducks were hoping to steal here, and now
Right.
with this double takeouts,
Just
they see the
just
kind of steal
knows-
slip through their hands, to be honest.
nose are a bit over. Yeah.
And Grey Ducks will only have if James makes this, they'll only have a 1-point lead going into the last end.
Yeah, either way,
Still
Grey Ducks,
stealable, yeah.
it's a good result for Grey Ducks.
Yep.
There's the off chance that this is outside
Yep.
as well.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Oh, no, he got him off the sweep, and
And
it
that's a
takes it
steal
out
of one.
too far.
A steal of 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, with that weight, there's always the risk that if the line or the angle is not perfect, it just has that power to roll and roll and roll.
Oh.
And
Yeah, he called them off the sweep, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
just hurled over too much.
yeah, there was really no reason to call him off. It looked great.
Yeah, I mean, a nose hit was fine because it was still shot. So
Now a steal of 1 versus scoring 1. That's a 2-point difference, but the scoreboard is now 7-4 instead of 6-5,
yep.
making it super hard. They have to score 3 on their hammer. 4 to win, 3 to tie, and that is a huge mission to try and accomplish. And I'm guessing Grey
Team,
Ducks, they
zeker
will
hard genoeg, hè?
not take any risk in the house or through. It's good enough.
Hard
They
genoeg.
do not want any guard here at this point.
Well, we've closed the poll. Grey Ducks with 61% of the vote. Jück 30% and a tie of 7%. You know, this is still all of those are still within the realm of possibility. So, but Grey Ducks looking very strong here.
Ja, erdoor.
I'm just gonna throw this one through.
Yep.
Not gonna help Jück build up anything here.
We
Yeah,
staan
Grey
hier.
Ducks, they have only one thing to do, and that is basically just steal the win, seal the victory.
James calling for a guard. You know, and
Yep.
looked like things were really going in Jück's direction in the second half of the match, but Grey
Yes.
Ducks settled down, and oh no, another hog stone.
Yeah.
That's not gonna help.
Maybe, yeah, the morale after that last steal, that was maybe the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, they know the window has narrowed down to this very small off chance. And of course, missing a guard doesn't help. Grey Ducks is mature enough
Ja, erin, hè, erin. Hij moet erin.
to develop a strategy that minimizes options for Jück.
Ja,
Score
niks
a big
curl.
in here.
Niks curl. Op buiten.
Oh,
Ja,
he
ja, maar
wanted-
die curl, die
Oh,
curl
no,
is
it's-
te handig. Die veel te weinig curl op.
Stone lost its handle and has now drifted back
Als daar te
outside.
weinig curl op.
They wanted that one in the house, but he didn't put enough handle on it, so it
Guard.
lost it and then started completely turning the other way.
Yep.
Oh. James going for a guard.
Yeah, they need guards. I mean, it's basically playing the long game, and if they want to score 3 points, they will need more than one guard to achieve that.
Yeah. Part of me looks at like trying to get around behind that yellow
Yeah,
as a
secure the
biter.
first-
Secure the first one in the house. Oh, a little off balance there. This is now pushed it a bit, so this is heavy.
Whoa.
That's going to
Whoa.
sail wide. Oh, that's unfortunate right there.
A hog stone and then a stone
Push
going
through,
to the
yeah,
house.
losing the balance. So
That's not how you want to throw your last 2 stones of the game. It feels like your chances are already small, and by that it feels like you're just putting your team in a very difficult position. Like, sorry guys, but
yeah,
we're going to have to do this steal of 3 with 6 stones instead of 8 because of this.
Oh. Bean is saying Jück are just lulling the ducks into a false sense of security.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, on the nose, so not what they wanted, leaves the guard out there, so...
After 3 guards, 3 as in they were given a guard by the Greydux.
Come around for a little short. That's good too.
I like this.
Yeah, indeed. Gonna be difficult anyway. I mean, they just have to get stones in the house.
Hard line.
This one, gotta work it down. It's gonna get around. I think they're gonna carry it, but it feels light.
It's way too light. This is
Oh, not there.
dying there.
Oh no.
All right.
It's
Just needed more. And yeah, they should be able to... Well, Seppa struggled with his weight. We've seen it tonight, so he's got another shot to kind of throw something down there. Stefan being asked to sweep to hold the line.
Okay, naar buiten.
And this catches the yellow. They want to shoot that over. It's going to end up with another swear jar for Tom and a guard.
well, the guards
What
are
are
there.
teams doing here in the 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom wanting his team to throw the stones away, James wanting his team to put things in there, and both teams are doing the opposite.
Yeah, it's like
It's a Freaky Friday situation in there right now.
But 2 guards here for Jück. If they can just put a stone behind each guard and then see if they can score.
This feels heavy.
Yeah.
I think Roman was a bit thrown off by Nasiba's stones, and so this one carries through. That's unfortunate. And Jennifer suggesting the skips change teams.
They should swap coats.
Trying to peel off this red. There it goes. There you go. That's what Tom was looking for.
Yeah. Kind of the first decent stone in this end so far.
Top 4, T-line.
Now, if anything, it's still an open house, so
Okay, wait only.
good for Greydux here.
Have room.
Remember, Greydux, they have the hammer, so
Needs to be on.
This is well around the guard. Just need to make sure it gets into the house. It looks fine, but I don't think that's going to get covered up.
Yep.
Starts to take a late curl, but still, yeah, just not going to get out there.
All right.
a good takeout, and the Greydux avoid a loss, and then it's a clear path to victory for the team with the yellow, green, black jerseys.
Yep, super.
There it is.
Make sure that yellow gets out. Yeah, James is going to help it. And all the way out to the sideline and out of play. So 3 stones left for Jück to somehow score 3 just to tie the match.
Yeah, something tells me we're not going to see
The final
Tom throw
stones.
his final stones here. It's going to be mathematical handshake,
Okay.
I'm afraid, at some point.
On the house! Okay.
This one coming up light.
Line's looking good. Come on.
Line
Come on.
is
It needs
fine.
to at least be really close. At least needs to be really close.
Yeah.
Come on, James.
All right.
Skip sweep. Gets
There's a
it
chance.
sort of close. They're still somewhat alive, but this is not going to be an easy stone. And I think Tom is just going to play it away.
Yeah.
And then the game will be over.
For a minute there, I felt like Tom was giving James an opportunity to decide, do you want me to throw the stone or do you want to shake
Maybe a
hands
little
at this
bit,
point?
yeah, but I think James is optimistic.
Yep.
They've got more matches this weekend. So they're not going anywhere. Might as well stick around here.
Yes.
We'll do one last
maken.
update
Vol.
of the scores on the other sheets.
2-5.
Harakata leads Wipe My Ass 10 to 2 in the 7th.
Reading
And
is hard for John.
Cologne leading Arctic Foxes 6 to 2 in the 8th. Meanwhile, here, Grey Ducks lead 7 to 4, just needing to take this one redstone out of play and force handshakes. And that is it all the way through. And there were handshakes.
GG.
Thank you
GG's.
very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And that is it. It looked like it was turning back towards the Grey Ducks, but turning back towards Jück, but comes back to the Grey Ducks. Thanks everybody who watched. Joel, thank you very much for being here. We're looking forward to seeing you next week on the cast over on the WCT channel. Atomsky, thanks for popping in. Bina, thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked what we saw. It was a bit of a roller coaster. It looked like it was really heading one way. Jück kind of turned things around after the break, but after the 6th end, it became all Grey Ducks. And let's see. Oh, look at that. I picked the Grey Ducks. Pim did not. So
It's still a long weekend. We have 2 more streams coming up. So I will be leading 8 to 7 by Sunday evening, and I will sleep like a baby. Although I have learned that is the biggest lie in the history of humanity.
yeah. You wake up every couple of hours crying, hungry, and have to go to the toilet. Yes, that's what sleeping like a baby is. It's terrible.
Yeah. But I think we can conclude here. We have streams coming up on Sunday, 2 streams where we have an international game, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Dutch Ropkes against Luxembourg 1, and then in the evening we have the Classico in Belgium, Belgian national team, Team Vreken against former Belgian national team N19 lost yesterday against the Housekeepers, and they will be all fired up to show Team Vreken that they have a legacy and they have a reputation, and they might give them a hard time. Who knows?
Yep. With that, I want to say thank you very much to everybody who watched. I've already done a little bit of a thank you, but I want to call out everybody. If you've liked what you saw, don't forget to click the like button. Share it out to your friends. We have memberships. You can join us that way. Subscribe to the channel if you already aren't. Look out for us on Instagram. We post highlights from most of our matches over there. And otherwise, just being here helps us out a lot too. So it makes it fun for us, and we're glad to have you here. So until Sunday, bye.
Bye-bye.